What's up? Today's travel day. So on my way to Texas, got about a 13-hour drive, but something's on my mind. I wanted to make a quick video. I was home for a week and got to spend some time with my family and got to do a daddy-daughter date with my daughter. And we went out and did some fun stuff. And we went by a bookstore. She loves to read. She's a reader like me. And we went past this table, and it's totally dedicated to the occult. Witchcraft, Wicca, tarot reading, fortune telling, spells, you name it. About one of the little small books, I still don't know what it is. I probably should have found out before I made the video, but it's about getting your own identity through like the time and season and birth date and all that. And it's just witchcraft. The first time I was exposed to witchcraft was actually in the late 90s. No, early 90s. I'm old. In the early 90s. And it was with, I was in the Marine Corps. I was living in California, and one of the lady Marines, girl Marines, was a friend of mine, lived around the corner from me in the barracks, and she had a Ouija board, which is a form of witchcraft. And I was totally skeptical, and she was like, oh, I talked to, I use it every night. I talk to a spirit. And I was like, what? And she was, yeah, it's a spirit of a boy that died. And he had a name and all of this. And she was like, he's great. And I can really confide in him. And I was like, this sounds really weird. And this is before I was a Christian, before I had any kind of insight into any of that. And so I went in with her and I put my hands on it with her, and she's like, because I was skeptical. I was like, this ain't real. You get this Hasbro. This is a game you get at Target. And she's like, put your hands on it, ask it any question. And so she didn't know me very well. And so I said, what's my mother's maiden name? And it spelled it out. And I could feel the tugging of it. And I put my hands off of it, and I was like, no, thank you. And I walked out. Actually, wasn't even a Christian at that time, was raised Christian, but I prayed. I was like, Lord, forgive me. I'm never going to touch that again. The occult is dealing with demons flat out. And specifically, if you're a teenager, you're seeing this. I would assume you're seeing this in schools. It's one of the things that the younger generation is really getting into. In fact, at the bookstore, I talked to one of the girls that was there. She was a Christian, and I was looking at it with my daughter, and she heard us talking, and I was like, what? I was shocked. I couldn't believe they had a whole table display of it. And she came up and she goes, yeah, I know. This is the hottest thing for teens. And teens don't realize that this is occult. This is demonic. Like, they are actually demonic spirits that you give access into your life when you mess with that stuff. So I know that you're probably seeing it. You have friends that dabble in it. It's real. Now, if you're a Christian and you're filled with Jesus and you have the blood of Jesus, anybody puts a spell on you, anybody that, any kind of opposition you get with that, you're covered by the blood. But if you dabble in that willfully, you're opening a door for the enemy to operate in your life. It's trouble. And so I tell parents all the time, be aware of this stuff. This is it's seemingly so innocent, and so many kids are messing with it. It's just the modern day witchcraft. The scriptures have a ton of stuff to say about it. So maybe I'll do another video on looking at some specific scriptures. I know in Revelation it says in the last days we won't be able to do without our magical arts. That's witchcraft. Literally, that's what witchcraft is. It's all of this occult spells, learning how to be. You're going to see all kinds of pictures in this video that's going to be popping up as I talk about it. So just be wise. Be wise on this kind of stuff, and don't get wrapped up into stuff that shouldn't be getting wrapped up in.